Another week, another crypto market weekly update with your host, FD for Sage5.tv. Guys, welcome to Sage5.tv, where we bring you some updates of the headlines that have been grabbing your attention or grabbing attention throughout the week. And this is a weekly segment. But before we proceed, guys, please note that this information may contain some of my opinions. Not everything might be factual, but we try and use some factual data out there. But before I proceed, let's do some housekeeping first. So the information contained in this video is not meant to provide financial advice of any sort. If you do require financial advice, please approach someone who is trying to give you financial advice. The information contained in this video is just for educational as well as entertainment purposes. And if you are from the UK, this video is not intended for you. Why? Because the UK authorities are trying to protect you, as cryptocurrencies could be extremely risky and you may end up losing all your funds. Now, that said, this weekly market update is dominated by a non-crypto player who has significant power over the crypto markets, specifically the AI and computing niche. And here I'm talking about Nvidia, the largest chip manufacturer by market cap. But don't worry, it's not all about Nvidia. It's about the crypto market. We are just trying to bring in things that affect or impact the crypto markets full stop. During this past week, everyone was glued to their screens waiting for Nvidia's financial results and forecast. And boy, oh boy, did it not disappoint. Nvidia smashed its targets, and beyond all that, the forward guidance was just mouth-watering. So we shall touch on that, albeit briefly, as it been covered throughout the week extensively in other areas or from other channels. More importantly though, we shall also look at the price and performance of selected crypto assets or crypto projects whose price was impacted by Nvidia's financial figures or performance. We also look at Bitcoin and the spot Bitcoin ETF progress from across the pond in the States. How much Bitcoin does BlackRock now own as part of our spot Bitcoin ETF package or offering, and how are the rest of the spot Bitcoin ETF providers performing? And we conclude this week with some segment of lunacy coming out of the European Union. Are they on point? It is a packed session, guys, so buckle up and watch all the way through to the end. I can promise you it's going to be short. It is worth watching. So starting with Nvidia, the US-based chip manufacturer, which recorded the largest one-day jump in stock market valuation. The other players or entities to have done so in the past are Meta, formerly Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft. So this is by no means a small feat from Nvidia. It is now part of the so-called Magnificent Seven, a group of 7 stocks that literally drag the Nasdaq valuation throughout the year for some explosive growth. This has been the case since the pandemic, and there are no signs yet that this is about to slow down. And in Nvidia's case, a few more years yet, especially with a newly developing industry underway. And here I'm talking about artificial intelligence or AI. Nvidia's market impact has been directly responsible for a good chunk of the S&P's year-to-year growth, which makes it just as important. But let's not forget what this is all about. Computer chips to power AI going into the future. For a limited period, Nvidia should have some open space to operate in. There are no rivals until another player enters, because they've already started investing. And chip manufacturing, it's a long-term thing. It's not something you do like they were doing with ventilators and stuff. You can't do that. The R&D takes time and it's expensive. If you don't do it right, billions wasted. But for now, Nvidia could also be responsible for dragging the AI and computing niches within the crypto space. And that leads us to a selection of these crypto projects to benefit the most from Nvidia's mouth-watering performance recently. We got Render. This has been on a rip. Absolute rip. It's still going. It's within touching distance of its all-time high, joining a small number of coins and tokens to have achieved that feat during the current cycle. In 7 days, the Render token is up approximately 40%, and over 30 days, almost 70%. If you want to know more about Render, please follow the links in the description. And there is also a video we'll be posting on our Patreon channel. We now have a Patreon channel, free to join. Please go watch it. I'll leave a link as well in the description as well. So I'll leave a link on that, but there is a video coming onto our Patreon channel. Fascinating video. It is a must-watch short, but a must-watch. Believe me, I'm not just saying it. We also have Akashi Network, another AI-connected and storage crypto project seeking to benefit the most from AI and compute narratives, as well as benefiting from Nvidia's extraordinary performance. The Akashi token has added $1 to its price during the past 7 days. Moving on, another project yet to benefit from Nvidia's performance is Fetchai. It is AI related or connected, and it pumped during the past week, enjoying gains of over 60% and about 100% over the past 14 days. Epic performance all round. CGPT, one of my favorite holdings, we just put in over 30% increase on the week. I know it's 30%, but it's 30% on something, and if you have a larger holding, that 30% is quite significant, and it also benefited from Nvidia's mind-blowing financial. The list is just endless. My take is this. By the way, these are not the only projects that benefited from. There will be others, but my take is this. For as long as the AI and compute narratives run, these crypto projects will continue to ride all the way up to the right of the price charts. Anyway, moving on, the Bitcoin ETF update. As of 22nd of February 2024, BlackRock now holds 126,950 Bitcoin, which is approximately 10,000 or somewhere thereabouts over what they had last week. Last week, we were talking of 116,000 Bitcoin, which is an insane amount. So you're talking about 10,960. Guys, things are starting to get serious. This is also during a week when Bitcoin lost that 52K support and is now hovering just over 50K. So BlackRock accumulating all this Bitcoin and the price going sideways, or in some cases actually going down. What will happen when there's no more Bitcoin to buy? At the moment, we think it's all coming from Grayscale. Let's look at the rest of the spot ETF providers. So Grayscale, at this moment in time, their assets under management, this is for Bitcoin by the way, it's still above 23 billion. It's almost 24. BlackRock, it's now, well, because of the price swings, it's sitting at 5.68 billion. You got Fidelity, it's sitting at 4.25 billion. ARK Invest, 1.29 billion. Bitwise, 1.03 billion. Investcoin Galaxy, 314 million. Vanek, 187.5 million. Valkyrie, 144 million. Franklin and Templeton, 93 million. So yeah, they're all starting to move up. You got Wisdom Tree, still at risk in my view, is sitting at 26.4 million. So that's where things are, and I think the way things are going at the moment, it can only get better and better, because if BlackRock alone are accumulating, it's not going to be the same every week, but let's just say for speculative purposes, they accumulate 10,000 Bitcoin every week. How many weeks are left now? Let's say end of February. Let's say we've just gone through 9 weeks. If that is the case, we still have approximately 40 weeks, because you got to factor in holidays as well. You got about 40 weeks times 10,000. That's a lot. We're talking of about 400,000 Bitcoin. That's not a small feat. Where will that come from? Comment below, guys. Let us know where will the Bitcoin come from just to meet BlackRock's requirements. Let us know in the comment section. And finally, the lunacy from Europe. They are still going on and on about Bitcoin having failed. Why? Because it's not doing what it was supposed to do. Being the currency is still being used for criminal activities and stuff. Instead of focusing on the euro and making sure that the European Central Bank is stable and the euro is stable and stop printing, they're still talking about Bitcoin. You know, in most cases, people actually don't get it. By talking about something that much, it means they are either scared or they are indirectly providing credibility to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Because if it was pointless, people will stop talking about it. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section. Until the next video, I'm your host, FD for CGPT with this week's crypto markets update for the week. Until next time, bye for now.